Here's a quick overview of the Home Investor tool, just basic functions. When you log in, you go to a property dashboard. I have 3 properties on my watch list, and these are new properties that have come into MLS in the last 24 hours. This product is about searching, either as simple search, you could type in an address here, all right, and once you see it populate, you'll just grab it and then hit search. And what will appear is, in this case, a map of where this property is located. And then you come down here and look at the bigger picture of what this is all about. I'm not going to talk about simple search in this demo. I'm going to show you and go back to the advanced search, which is the MLS product. And these are filters you can put in there, just like if you're looking for specific areas and price points. And when you do and you name it, then it goes over to this save search. And save search, I've got several searches in here right now, and you can see how I've named them. There's no naming conventions, just use whatever. Let's look at this one on Mesquite. So Mesquite is 95 to 165,000 single story property. And these are the listings. There's 143 of them currently on MLS that are not sold in Mesquite, and this includes pendings and AO and so on. However, let's just go look at the green means it's in the last 24 hours. The yellow means it's on my watch list, and if I click that, it goes away. And this may have had a status change in the last 24 hours. That's why it reverted to green. Bedford probably did not, and it stayed white, so there wasn't any status change. But I'm going to go ahead and put this on there. This is on Grande Drive. It's 130,000. And I'm going to start with this simple scrub-like thing. It's just kind of a down and dirty. Here's sort of the baseline on this house. We've got a mapping system that's a little different, and then it'll give us at least 1 or 2 photos on the gallery. Okay, and you say you want to go look at this one, you come back into the General tab. And the General tab has everything you need in order to make a decision. Here's all the information that's listed on MLS. We have, square footage in or square foot of the lot in acres or in the lot. We have the school system, including the schools, year built and effective year built per tax. And then we have all these things here, MLS comments, tax and property information. Reconciled is the difference between MLS and tax. This is a note system, census. You've got schools that are called out. This is a CMA report. If you want one of those, we have that. I'll show that to you at a later time. This is analytics for basic information in the area, and then this is infrastructure for anything that's close by to this property in case this is an area that you're not familiar. At least you'll see what the infrastructure is. Going to the core of the product itself is about value. Okay, so in this case, we call out the top of the market, the middle of the market, and the bottom of the market. So the TOM is top of market, market average is MA, and wholesale. We also give you rents, okay, and rents are pretty simple in my economic system or the system of this calculator. We look for similar footage, give you the high and low, and split the difference. So we've got 1050 is the low, 1395 is the high, and we split the difference at $1,200 on a property in Mesquite, Texas that is, 1,400 feet. That's probably about right. Okay. Um, but now let's go back over here to top of market. Top of market tells me that in the last 6 months, there's been 84 solds. 22 were similar enough that we could use them as comps. And then we picked the best in class in order to achieve the highest part of the market. In this area, what we do is we tell you how these comps were rated. This is 9.1, 9.5, 9.3 based on the system that we established to pick comps. And then there's others here as well. Okay. By the way, you can come in here and click on these and you get the scrub information like you do on the MLS. So it's plenty of information about the comp itself. That said, we also have an adjustment grid so you can see how the property is laid out, how they look in terms of what their net adjusted value is so that you can see how we came to the 163. the as top of market for this. Now it's currently listed for one. It's AO at 130, so they could have gone higher. All right. Now the other thing you can do is if you don't like the 163, you can come in and select your comps or the comps that are here. There are 22 of them, and you can drag and drop them down. Now this is in number two, so let's go over here for, and you can see they're highlighted. Okay, let me go look at a larger one here. This is on 710 Cedar. I'm going to use this one here at 504 Gross. And watch what happens to the value here. Went from 163 to 155. Now, I've got all these things have adjusted. And I adjusted for footage. I adjusted in this case for one car garage because this one didn't have it. This one does. This doesn't. This was actually had two, so there's another adjustment. But there's what you've got. You've got both. It was, here are the comps, and here is the adjustment grid that is typical for how these things are evaluated. You can save this. Now this was immediately on my watch list, okay, which was on Grande Drive. I was running out of watch list. And once I click back over to it, um, I still have the same values. I can go back in here to my compilator. Now I've gone back to the 163, but let's say I decide, but I want to go back to, I want to print this. Well, I certainly can. Okay. And so this printing function, you can print a PDF, you can print to to your printer in your office or at home, whatever, and you've got it. But the other thing to notice is that we've now come into notes and we've added that there was a value at 155 that we put in there on this date. Now you've got an idea where to bid if you're interested in this house. Now, the other thing we built are a couple of calculators. The one that's the easiest to explain and easiest to use is this property right here, or this calculator right here. It's referred to as the buy and sell. Here's the values, okay? Here's the costs associated with buying it, fixing it up, and reselling it. And here is your profit after everything is said and done. And if that's true, you don't want your bid to go over 136 in the event that it goes high. Okay. Obviously, this house doesn't really meet that standard. This house looks to me to be remodeled, and it's not remodeled. This is, yeah, this is investment property. You could come in and buy this one. They've got it priced to the middle of the market, a little bit below that. But if you were to buy this, fix it up, resell it, how low can you get this? In my opinion, you'd probably have to get quite a bit lower. Let's see what that looks like. So if we had interior paint, exterior paint, there's no carpeted surfaces. Yeah, let's use carpet as our base, and then we'll have hard surfaces too. Hard surfaces, bathrooms, whatever. Kitchen. Let's put in new appliances. We need some landscaping, and let's say we need new heater and air. You save these, and we now have, $14,000 in repairs. So we come back over here to our buy and sell, and we've got costs that now have jumped up to 25,000. Now your bid's going to be just at the very top, 122. I'm thinking you're probably going to start probably around, it says don't, opening bid 119.2. My guess is you'd probably open it probably 109 or so just to make sure you hit your numbers. Okay. That said, there's another calculator here for cap. We're changing cap to ROI. See, we're getting some negative numbers in here. It's something's a little bit askew with that formula. And then now you've got what I believe to be the full range of issues that you need to make a decision. And we facilitate that for you. So thank you much. I look forward to working with all of you soon.